What's up guys? What's up cycling fanatics? My name is Jasper and this is the Q&A of September. Okay. Checking out the Q&A of last month and checking out the new questions. By the way, I'm back in Seoul. I'm in day, what's it now? 12 or 13 of not riding my bike for 2 weeks, so it's almost done. The questions I got in this month, here we go. Malek Lee Eshk. If you're going to do a short crit race, should your shoes be tighter? Is that a good idea? I don't know. Are your shoes normally very loose? Are you wearing very tight fitting shoes? What kind of shoes are you wearing? It all depends. But in general, when you do a very hard sprint, it's nice to have your shoes tight because the power transfer will just be a little bit more direct. But riding for an hour with very tight shoes is not a good idea. Your feet are gonna get cut off from blood circulation. So think about maybe when you're going for the sprint, giving that extra click on your shoes or redoing that Velcro, but for the rest, just do it normal. Maybe on very long rides you have it a little bit less tight, but in a crit, just same as normal. Artem Unknown, why don't you like your Garmin? What bike computer do you want? I'm riding with the Garmin A20 and it's been just a big frustration for the whole year right now. But I've sent it back to the shop because now I'm not riding, so I don't need it. And they actually sent a new one. So I'm gonna see how this new one is and if it's actually better than the old one. It's the same Garmin, but maybe the old one had a some kind of internal flaw. I don't know. I don't like the Garmin A20 because the screen, the touch screen, actually it sucks. It's very slow on calculating new routes. So when I'm out there in whatever city, it's just too slow. It tells me to go left when I already passed the intersection, that sort of stuff. So that's why I don't like it. Daniel says, hey Jasper, I was wondering how many years have you been riding the road bike? Well, I've been riding my road bike for some years now, but I only started racing this year. I did one race last year just to try it out. I've been riding my bike since 2013. Then I was training for just one event in the summer. So a couple of years, but only 1 year in racing. Charles Lowe wants to know if I ever come to New York City. I've never been there. At the moment, my company flies to New York, but only with 2 pilots, so I won't be in the flight. So that's a no. Sorry. Jacob Rodriguez wants to know what airline do I work for. That's KLM. Lolke Dijkstra. Do you need to be in a club or team to compete in races in the Netherlands? Yes, you need to be in a club. So just subscribe to any club, any cycling club in the Netherlands, and you can join races. Alex Fulton. Hey Jasper, I'm 16 years old, 6 feet and 62 kilos. I'm struggling to improve my climbing ability even with intervals and high intensity training. How can I improve? At the moment I'm in the top 10% in my age group in most climbing segments. I think you're referring to STRAVA. Okay, don't give too much credit to any STRAVA segments because it's just STRAVA. And if you're comparing yourself to racers, that's a little bit different. But being in the top 10% is pretty good. I don't know how long you've been training for and if you train on climbing a lot, but you seem to have the right physique. You're pretty light. I would say you need to try and raise your FTP, because if you can raise that wattage per kilo, you can climb a lot faster. Maybe think about some strength training in the gym, get your legs a bit stronger, and you'll be flying up that hill a little bit faster. John Lee, I want to know what your favorite tire model and reason why. I don't know, I always use the Continental Grand Prix 4000 S2, whatever. I like them, so I just keep riding those. If there's any better tire, let me know. Swaraj Nadja, Nanda. Hey, what's your resting heart rate? Just curious because I want to bring mine down to athletic levels. My heart rate varies, but I measure this every morning. You can measure your heart rate very easy with your phone. If you have a phone with a camera, there's a lot of different apps. But there's this app that I use, and it measures your heart rate with the camera on your phone. So you put your finger on the lens, and the flash will go through your finger, and it will measure the blood flow in your finger. At the moment, 50 beats a minute. But when I wake up, it's lower. About average, when I wake up, it's about 45, but sometimes it gets down to 33. That's very low. So because I measure every morning, I can look back like when my heart rate was high or low. Check this out. This was only 36. 36 is pretty low. Here, Friday, September 8th. 33 beats a minute. That's almost 1 beat in 2 seconds. It's like I'm dying. I don't know why it gets this low, but it's crazy. But in general, it's around 45. Alex Zukov, what pump do you use? You mean floor pump? I don't know. I have a Joe Blow something pump. Any pump will work. If it's like a decent brand, it's fine. I bought a really cheap pump from like Aldi's or whatever. Just I thought it was nice to have a second pump. They don't work. Don't buy them. Peter Stajavlegic, difficult name again. Do you use whey protein? In general, I don't. I just eat a lot of normal food, but like sometimes when I'm having a hard time recovering, or when I do a lot of gym training, I get some protein shakes. Rick Nye, he asked me if I'm racing in Limburg anytime soon. Limburg is the southern part of the Netherlands. I'm not, man. I'm sorry. Maybe next year. But I'll see you again at the race, alright? Ruben wants to know if I want to ride together. Ruben van Randeraad. Sure, mate. Send me a message. Facebook will work. And we'll go for a ride together. Nick Salvador says, do you travel with a bike? Do you rent or keep him stashed at your bases? I don't travel with my own bike, never. Only when I travel personally, but I have one bike in Los Angeles, which is there always. It's my bike, and then the rest I always rent. So I always rent bikes. Be fit and cycle. Is your Specialized helmet more comfortable than your previous one? I actually sold the Specialized helmet because I didn't like how it looked. So I'm back with the Giro. Matthew Contreras. What made you want to start cycling in Southern California? Also, are riders less talented in the States? Well, it was not like I had a choice to go riding in California. Well, I had a choice to do it, but I go there for my job, so I wanted to race. I could race there, so I just went to race there. That's pretty much how it goes, if that makes sense. If the riders are less talented, I don't think so, but the whole culture is different, and maybe cycling isn't as well developed in the USA as it is in Europe. And then I'm talking about road cycling. Maybe the top talented athletes, they will play football or whatever other sport because there's more money in those sports and there's less money in cycling. Maybe that is the reason. I don't know. USA is such a big country, there must be a lot of talent. Jack Francis, 15 years old, 50 kilos, 174 centimeters. How can I improve my sprinting as I am more of a climber?